think of Bangkok and images of temples and palaces along the river appear in your mind. But this city of 10 million people is so much bigger than that. Welcome to modern Bangkok, a city full of hip coffee shops, iconic skyscrapers, ultramodern shopping complexes, vibrant nightlife, and a never-ending skyline. Exploring the city with a local really showed me what an amazing, cutting-edge city it is, and here's how it went. Good morning, guys, and welcome back to Bangkok. So yesterday I took you guys around the old town of Bangkok, showing you a lot of the cool old temples, the Great Palace, and a lot of this really old architecture, very intricate temples and palaces. And that's what most people picture when they picture Bangkok. But today I wanted to give you guys another side of Bangkok. I'm gonna take you guys to the downtown business district where we're gonna see a lot of really cool skyscrapers and just beautiful buildings. Again, this is a massive city, and if you just see the old town, you're barely scraping the surface of the city of Bangkok. So there's a lot more to see, a lot more to do. And there's just some of the nicest shopping malls I've seen here, some really cool rooftop bars, and then I'm actually gonna meet up with one of my friends that lives here in Bangkok, and she's gonna show me around to this really cool coffee shop. You can go up to this viewing platform on a tower, and then a water buffalo cafe that's about 45 minutes to an hour outside of the city. So anyways, most of the things that you'll want to do as a tourist will be in that old town part of Bangkok. But if you have an extra day and you want to explore a little bit more the modern side of Bangkok, some of the really cool, really hip places to go, hopefully this will give you some ideas of some things to do. So first thing, I just got off the Siloam metro station, and I'm just gonna walk about half a mile to the Empire Tower, and on the 55th floor is one of the coolest coffee shops you've ever seen. So let's head to the Empire Tower and start with a morning coffee with a beautiful view of the city. I've just made it to the base of the Empire Tower here, and so we're gonna head in, meet up with my friend, and we're gonna go up to the 55th floor and start with a beautiful coffee at Arabica, and you're up just overlooking the whole city. So let's head in here. We just came to the back of the Empire building here on the bottom floor, and you go to this very weird back white room, and they lead you through this dark tunnel, and then you find this weird hidden elevator in the back corner. And we're heading up to the 55th floor to check out this coffee shop. We have just come up to the 55th floor of the Empire Tower here to Arabica Coffee, and this is a brand new coffee shop. It has some of the most beautiful views I've ever seen. You're just sitting here, and it's this very clean, open, white, minimalist room, and you can just sit at this counter and just look out over all the city of Bangkok here. And this is my friend Zen, who I met in Japan, but she lives here in Bangkok, and so she's going to be the one showing me around some of the more modern parts of Bangkok, and we're going to go out on a little day trip to see some other cool parts just outside of Bangkok today. And this is a beautiful way to start the day, just amazing views and some amazing coffee.
Incredible views looking over all of Bangkok, just as far as you can see. And so next stop, we're actually just going to go across the street to the Mahana Hin building here, and you can go up to the top of the roof there, and you're going to get more 360-degree views of the modern downtown part of Bangkok. So great place for coffee, and let's head down and across the street, and we'll check that out. Just crossed the street here, and we are right at the base of the Mahana Hin Tower here, and it's one of the most iconic buildings here in Bangkok. It has almost this Jenga shape to it. It's a pretty square tower, but then you have all of these pieces that are kind of taken out of it, and it almost looks like Godzilla scratched through the building. And at 314 meters, or close to about 950 feet, this is the tallest building in Bangkok. And all the way at the top, right on the roof, you have a sky deck, and you can go up there and just get some beautiful 360-degree views of the city. And again, from all throughout Bangkok, you can see this building, you can see the iconic scratches through the Mahana Hin. So let's head in here and see how much it is to head to the top and just get some more really cool views of downtown Bangkok. We just paid 880 baht, which is about 25 bucks, so a little bit pricey, but we're gonna head up to the top of the tallest building in Bangkok here, and I'm super excited to show you guys some of the views, and there's like a little skywalk where you can walk out above the city. So let's head up to the 78th floor and check this out. That was one of the coolest elevators I've ever been in. As you're going up to the 74th floor here, there's just a projection of the city, and you have all of these mirrors, and it's really cool. And so now we're on the 74th floor, so we're glassed in here, but I think we can still go up to the 78th floor and the 75th floors, and you'll make it to the sky deck. But here on the 74th floor, you just have this glassed in viewing platforms, and you're just looking out over the whole city, and this is just an epic views from up here.
we are just walking around the 74th floor here, and it's just super cool. You have this mirror on the ceiling so you can get some really cool reflections, and you just have this open floor to ceiling glass. So you're just looking right down on the city here, and you can just look out so far. It's just amazing how big this city is and how many skyscrapers there are just going all the way across the horizon. And let's head up and check out the sky deck. Just come up to the sky deck of the Mahana Hin, and this is just one of the craziest views. We are up 314 meters, and we are the highest point in Bangkok from up here, and we are on the absolute tippy top of the building here. So you just have 360-degree views. There's all of these like yellow lounge chairs. There's a little rooftop bar, and you just have incredible views looking all over Bangkok. There's like some stadium seating here where you can just sit and look out over the city, and there's a little glass tray that you can walk out onto, and you're just looking right through the floor down onto the city below, and you just have this swanky lounge music playing. And this is just like so surprising. Bangkok is so cool, so hip, and just a completely different experience than all of the old temples and the old Bangkok that we saw yesterday. So one of the coolest city views I've ever had. But we're gonna go down just to the level right below this, and you can do the skywalk where you're walking out over the city and you're just looking right through the glass down on the city below. So let's head down there and check it out. Were you scared? My turn to head out on the glass, and you're just walking on the glass right above the city. So you can't take any cameras out there, so Zen's gonna film me as I'm walking out on the glass here. It is scary. Actually so terrifying. You are literally like right above the city. I'm looking down 78 stories right now to the streets of Bangkok, and you're just on this like inch of glass, and you're just looking right down. It's so scary. Taking it slow. Alright guys, this was amazing and just ridiculously cool. Like the whole building is just super modern, from the experience coming up the elevator to the 74th floor with the floor to ceiling windows, and then coming up here to the skywalk. But not only do you have the skywalk, you have again all of these cool like restaurants, bars, cafes, and then the stadium seating and lounge chairs on the top, and then just 360-degree views. And walking out on that glass tray, again, I couldn't take the camera to show you what it's like to look down, but it is an experience just being out on that glass shelf overlooking Bangkok, 78 stories in the air, almost 1,000 feet, and it was pretty terrifying. So anyways, it is getting hot up here, and we have a lot of other things that we want to show you in and around Bangkok today. So we're gonna head down the tower, and we're gonna go on a little adventure with Zen here, and we're gonna drive out of the city a little bit and check out some things just outside of Bangkok City.
just left the Mahana Hin building here. Beautiful views from up there. And now we're gonna jump in a car and we're gonna head about 35-40 minutes out of the city and check out some things in the outskirts of Bangkok and check out some cool cafes, and we're going to end up at this really cool dragon tower. So yeah, let's jump in the car and we'll head out. So we've just made our way out to the edge of Bangkok here, and we stopped at Kaa Cafe, and it's this really hip cafe. We have this beautiful interior seating area, and then you come out to this back porch patio here, and you can look out at these water buffalo. You have this little pond. It's so nice to be out of the city a little bit. You just have these nice fields and palm trees and just a little bit of a nature experience here way on the edge of Bangkok and getting some wildlife. So we're gonna get some pad thai, some mango sticky rice, and just enjoy some of these beautiful views. And then we'll go down and see the water buffalo after lunch. So we just had a nice little Thai tea and some snacks at the Kaa Cafe here, and now we're gonna go feed the buffalo. So the water buffalo will get some grass and we'll be able to feed them a little bit. But really cool cafe, just being out here. Again, having been in Bangkok and big cities the last couple of weeks, it's so nice to come out here and just hear some birds and be in nature and see some wildlife. So let's go down and feed these water buffalo. Bye guys. It's super cool feeding the buffaloes here, and they're splashing around in the mud. They have this little pond here and you can just feed them some grass, and yeah, really cool little nature experience here just on the edge of Bangkok. So we're gonna jump back in the car to Wat Tamron, which is still on the edge outskirts of Bangkok here, and we're gonna see this really cool temple. And I've seen it on Instagram a few times, but there's this dragon that's like swirling around the temple here. So let's jump back in the car and check out this temple. So we've just driven about 15 minutes and we're out at the Dragon Paradise Tower here. And this is actually a monastery, so there's a little temple here, there's a big Buddha, but the main site that we came to see is this massive pink tower that's 80 meters high, and you have this 300-meter long dragon just wrapping its way all the way to the top. And you can go up to the top of the tower here and see the dragon head up close and check out the monastery a bit. And from the top of the tower, we should just get some beautiful views of the Thai countryside here. So let's head into the tower and make it up to the top. Before we head up the Dragon Tower here, and they give you some flowers and some incense and then an offering that you take to the top. But along the bottom here, you find the day that you were born. So I was born on a Tuesday, and you come and light the incense and you leave these flowers here at different altars for the Buddhas, for just good luck and good blessings, and then we'll head up the Dragon Tower. We've just entered the tower, and then you actually enter the dragon's body. And so we're in this tunnel, and we're gonna spiral ourselves all the way around this building up to the top of the Dragon Tower. So we've just walked through the tunnel in the body of the dragon, and we are all the way at the top of the Dragon Paradise Tower here. And once you get to the top, there's a bunch of these international flags. There's a little Buddha altar right in the middle here. And then of course we just have the head of the dragon right up above us. And right when you get up here, you're supposed to do 3 clockwise meditative walks around the top here, and then going to the Buddha in the middle of the altar here, you leave your flowers, your offering, and then at the beginning we wrote our names on these red ribbons, and then you tie your name to the red ribbon here, and then you make your wish to the Great Dragon. And the reason the Great Dragon is built here is Thai people have a lot of Chinese heritage, and then they wanted a place to worship their ancestors. So this is a big place of ancestor worship, and they have even brought some material from the Great Wall of China, symbolizing the ancestry of the Chinese that helped build a little bit of the main pillar of this dragon here. So, and then as you're up here, you just have really cool views looking out over the countryside of Thailand. Again, Bangkok is probably about 30-40 miles away, so you can't even see it through the clouds and the smog, but just beautiful views. We have a nice little breeze up here, and yeah, just such a cool, unique architecture. And again, just within about an hour's drive from Bangkok, so definitely worth coming, checking this out if you have some extra time. Right next to the Dragon Tower, on the same little temple complex here, we just have a massive golden Buddha, a couple other little temples, and just a couple like nice gardens and stuff in this more remote area of Bangkok. So let's check out the big Buddha statue, some of the temples, and just wander around a little bit and see what else is in this little park. So that was the big Buddha statue, which again is right next to the Dragon Tower here. And very cool little excursion, getting out of Bangkok a little bit here and just seeing some of the things around that are just within an easy day trip from Bangkok. There's a couple other things we could see out this way, but right now we want to head back to Bangkok because we want to catch sunset from one of the many rooftop bars that there are in Bangkok. Bangkok actually has loads and loads of rooftop bars to check out. So let's head back into the van and we'll drive back to Bangkok and try to show you guys a really cool sunset spot. Alright guys, we've just made it back to Bangkok just in time for sunset. We have about 15-20 minutes of really good light left, and Bangkok just has tons of rooftop bars, a lot of really cool places to get elevated views of the city. And so we've come to Thong La, and we're gonna go up to Kaa, which is a rooftop bar. It just has a really cool vibe, some cool decorations, and a really cool aesthetic up there. And so we're gonna head up there and enjoy the last light of the day here in Bangkok, get another really spectacular view of this massive city that we've been exploring. So we've just come up to Techuca, and this is just one of the coolest rooftop bars I've been to. And up here you have this really cool like avatar glowing forest above the bar. Here you have about 3 or 4 levels, and you can go all the way up to the top of the stairs where you're on the absolute top of this building here, and you just have another bar up there, 360-degree views of the city, just really cool vibes. And what a cool way to end today exploring Bangkok. And again, there's just so much more than the old town and seeing all the old temples there. And so hopefully today gave you some ideas on some other things you can see and do in and around Bangkok here. But what a cool way to end the day. And then tomorrow there's still a couple more things I want to show you guys in and around the Bangkok area. So I'm gonna just enjoy the sunset, enjoy the dusk from up here. But what a cool view, what a cool rooftop bar experience up here in Techuca. And again, there's so many rooftop bars. Even from up here, you can see rooftop bars across the street. You can see it in other places, and like Googling it, they just pop up everywhere. But Bangkok is just full of rooftop bars with epic views of endless skyscrapers through the smog, and just really epic. So I'll see you guys tomorrow when we explore a little bit more of what to do in and around Bangkok. Good afternoon guys, and welcome back to Bangkok. It is the next day here. We just did that rooftop bar last night, and yesterday we were going around seeing a little bit of a different side of Bangkok, checking out some of the really cool modern skyscrapers, heading out of the city a little bit to see the countryside, and then with that rooftop bar just getting another great view looking over this massive city. But we kind of ran out of time with traffic and just all the stuff that we were fitting in yesterday, and there were just a couple more things I wanted to show you here that you can do with an extra day or two in Bangkok. So first, I'm just outside the old town of Bangkok here. Just about a mile or two, you'll get to Chinatown, which is another cool, older feeling part of the city here. You have all of these narrow, crammed streets with food vendors and shops, and then the main street of Chinatown just has these really cool signage that's both in Thai and Chinese, and it's just a little bit of a kind of more chaotic and a little bit of a grungier city vibe here. So we're gonna walk through Chinatown a little bit, give you a small walking tour, show you a little bit of the vibe here, and then eventually, yesterday I promised I would show you some of the really cool shopping malls here in Bangkok. So yeah, let's enjoy Chinatown for a little bit. So that was a very brief walk through Chinatown, but really one of the most colorful and chaotic places. It just seems like it's one of the most busy places here in Bangkok, and you just have so many colorful market stalls. It's a great place to come and get street food, and then at night some of those neons start to glow and you have just these really cool street lights, and a really fun place to hang out at night too. And that was my first time going during the day, and I was just amazed at how packed it was. All of these cool market stalls. You have all of these narrow little streets that just weave through all of these markets where you can buy food, you can buy vegetables, you can buy souvenirs, you can buy clothing. It just has like everything, and it's just super packed with people. Very fun place to wander around. You could really spend a lot of time there, and just super exotic to me, having these two unknown languages to me on these tall signs over the roads, having the Thai language and the Chinese language on these massive signs. Just really, really cool, really colorful. And again, you could spend a whole day there in Chinatown, or at least an afternoon. But we only have about an hour till sunset, and there's one more place I want to take you guys that'll be a complete contrast to the Chinatown we just went to. It's Icon Siam, and it's right on the river, and there's just these really cool views you get over the city and a very modern shopping complex. So let's just walk to the river, we'll catch a boat across, and we'll try to catch sunset at Icon Siam. I've just walked about half a mile from Chinatown, and I'm on the Chao Phraya River here, and we're just starting to get this beautiful golden hazy sunset. And right across the river from me is the Icon Siam, which is a very modern mall. We'll see it very soon. That was built only about 3 or 4 years ago, and it's just really just such a unique concept on malls. So anyways, let's get a ferry. It's only about 5 or 10 baht to cross the river here, and then I'll show you guys the mall and some of the really cool viewing platforms from up there. So let's head over and check it out.
I've just made it across the river on the ferry there, and right in front of Icon Siam you have this nice little promenade right along the river here, and you're just looking off at the Bangkok skyline. And then just Icon Siam is a very cool modern shopping mall. You have a lot of luxury brands, and then downstairs it just has this really interesting concept. You have traditional Thai markets, you have street food markets and a souk area, and it's just a really unique concept for a shopping center here, and just has such an interesting kind of open floor layout. And again, usually I don't care to go to malls too often, but there's just been a couple really cool malls here in Bangkok that are definitely worth checking out, and this is one of them. But one of the main things I want to show you is up on the 8th floor. There's a little viewing platform where you're just getting more elevated view of the river and of the Bangkok skyline. So I'm just gonna give you guys a quick walking tour, strolling through the mall here, but I really want to make it up to the 8th floor to catch the golden glow of sunset here. So let's head in, check out the mall a little bit, and then get the elevator up to the 8th floor. So I've just made it up to the Nepali terrace right at the end of sunset here, and I'm just getting this nice pink golden glow on the skyline of Bangkok here. And you're actually facing east, so you're not seeing the sunset. The sunset is on the other side of the shopping center here, but you're seeing the glow off of the buildings and the skyline of Bangkok. And it's a fun place to just come and watch the river. You'll just see boats going up and down the river. You're right above it here, and it's really fun looking back on the city that we've been exploring the last couple days. We can see the Mahana Hin building that we went up yesterday, and we can see the golden dome of the Sky Bar, and a lot of just the really tall towers stretching all throughout Bangkok here. And you just have this nice open terrace, really cool. So I think that's about it for my second video exploring Bangkok, showing you guys a little bit more of the other things to do besides some of the temples and the Great Palace. And I know that I was just really surprised by all of the cool, really hip things that you can do in Bangkok. And it was just interesting too to see this contrast here, even in this video, of just doing some really hip coffee shops with like very clean, minimal design and super modern, futuristic buildings, and then heading out of town, seeing the water buffalo cafes, being in nature, and then seeing the traditional Dragon Paradise Tower, and then today seeing the grungier, grittier Chinatown, but just like the really colorful culture there, and then finishing here at Icon Siam and just seeing a really ultra-modern shopping center experience, just with really cool design and just this really nice patio overlooking the whole city. So yeah, very cool. And again, I've just been really pleasantly surprised by how much Bangkok has to offer, and I had kind of always written off Bangkok as just a fly-through city and just a place to quickly stop on your way out to the islands or to Chiang Mai, out to the country. But if you have a couple extra days, Bangkok is really worth checking out. There's some really cool things to do, and it's so sprawling and so big, and it's a lot more than just the old town and some of the temples and the heritage sites there. So anyways, I'm gonna enjoy sunset here, enjoy the shopping center, and then in 2 days I'm off to Laos. So I'll see you guys in the next series when we explore Laos, just north of Thailand here. So we'll see you guys next time.